What really exciting news, I have just passed my step 1, just 2 months after my graduation. I am IMG, graduating from Sechenov University in Moscow about 2 months ago, actually end of June. And then I just got my result of step 1 just a few days ago, actually last Wednesday. Today is Saturday, Friday, 3 days ago actually. And I passed. And I was so happy, so exciting. That's why I decided to make this video, because you see, I'm just a recent examiner taker. So that's why I know a lot of information that can help you guys to prepare for this exam. So as I said, I just graduated about 2 months ago, end of June. So July, August, and then my exam was in September. And I did my examination was on 17th of September, and then 2 weeks after I got my result, which was a pass. And as I said, it's just huge success for me. I guess for everyone that is trying to pursue their career in United States. Because you see, once you graduate or once you are ready to take the exam, you have to go through series of exams, which are step 1, step 2 CK, and then doing the IELTS examination or OET examination, the English exam. So then you can get certified for ECFMG. All right. So basically, all right, let's just break through this process. We begin with the step 1. All right, so step 1 is basically the fundamental of this process. What I would say, if you imagine that there is a ladder, all right, this ladder has got 3 steps. So the first and the fundamental is step 1. So this is my suggestion. I advise you guys to go through step 1 first. So I've heard that there are a lot of people that saying that we're doing step 2 because we're doing our clinical, our rotations, and that's it's easier for us. But my recommendation is against that. Don't do that, all right? Because what happens is, if you don't have a solid fundamental, all right, you cannot build upon that, all right? So if you just dive to step 2, and you can obviously you can do that, but if you just dive to step 2 and do a step 2, then because you might not have that fundamental, all right, either you might fail, so it increases the chance of fail, or you might not be able to get a good score. And as you know, because the structural changes that you can see in step 2 in step examinations, a step 2 mark is very important now. You see, the step 1 before, it was like you get 3-digit score. That was basically a very important step, because once you are ready to apply for the board, you're ready to apply for specialization. So the groups or the specialty groups, basically they're looking at your score. They're looking at your. They just need a filter. And before, this step 1 score was a filter for them. But now that it has changed to pass and fail, they are looking for another measurement, which is a step 2 3-digit numbers. That's why step 2 number here is very important. So you need to pass step 1 and then move to step 2, getting good mark in step 2, and that help you through your specialty pathway, residency pathway. Anyway, let's just focus on step 1. Okay, step 1. The step 1 examination has changed dramatically since a year ago. As you know, since 2022, they have changed it to pass and fail. So pass and fail, it means that you either, basically, it means you need to just pass. You don't need to get a really good mark. And that's a trap. People, believe me, that's a trap. So I've heard many people that they have failed. You see, in 2022, before I started studying, researching about the USMLE examination, I heard that there were a lot of people that basically they were trying to get a really good mark in step 1, and they actually did. They could get the mark. But then what happened was, since 2022, everything has changed, all right? So they changed the mark to 196. So the pass mark is 196. But then what happens is the people, they say, all right, we just need to pass a step 1 quickly and move to a step 2. Look, that's, as I said, that's a trap. Don't do that. It is just like, it is a misleading information. So what happens is, imagine you are not preparing well, all right? You are only putting few months study, or you're not preparing well. You don't know the certain amount of information or concept about this exam. You go to the exam, well, there is a possible probability that you might pass. But as I said, the risk is quite great here, all right? So that's why I strongly suggest you guys to prepare well, study well, do all your research, find the materials you need, and then go with a step 1 examination. All right, here I'm going to share my experience with you. What I did, how I did it, what I studied, and then basically how I prepared myself for this examination. So guys, stay tuned, follow my videos, and wait for my next videos. I will explain everything through my series, the USMLE series, and I'm going to teach you, to tell you about the materials you need for each subject, which is very important, how you prepare yourself, and how you can increase chance of passing this exam, and decreasing the rate of failure. All right, stay tuned, guys.